In a quiet neighborhood in Upper Chichester Township, Pennsylvania, a dark and tragic tale of neglect unfolded, a story that shocked an entire community and highlighted the silent suffering that often goes unnoticed behind closed doors. On a seemingly ordinary Sunday afternoon, local police responded to a welfare check at a home on Dresdner Circle. Concerned neighbors had reported something alarming. Piles of unopened food and packages had been left outside the house for days. When no one answered their knocks or calls, fears began to mount that something was terribly wrong inside. Officers arrived at the scene and immediately noticed the unsettling details: the packages, the bags of food, and the eerie silence that surrounded the home. Peering through the windows, they saw flies swarming and trash scattered across the floor. Despite their repeated attempts to make contact, no one answered. Fearing for the worst, the police made the difficult decision to force their way into the house. As the door creaked open, they were met with a sight and smell that would haunt them forever. The entrance was barricaded with piles of trash, making it nearly impossible to step inside. The air was heavy with the stench of decay, and the walls bore the marks of severe neglect. Inside, officers found 51-year-old Daniel Klein, the homeowner, amidst the squalor. When questioned, he appeared disheveled and indifferent. They demanded to see his elderly mother, and he led them to the primary bedroom. But nothing could have prepared the officers for what they were about to witness. The bedroom was filled with clutter, trash, and an overpowering foul odor. In the center of the room lay Klein's mother, unconscious but still breathing. She was covered with a filthy, soiled blanket, and her frail body showed signs of extreme neglect. As officers removed the blanket, the full extent of her suffering became horrifyingly clear. Her lower body was covered with dried feces and crawling with maggots. Her toenails, grotesquely overgrown, had twisted into shapes resembling ram's horns. Tragically, her body had fused to the bed and the soiled sheets beneath her, a devastating testament to the prolonged neglect she had endured. Emergency responders were immediately called to the scene and rushed the elderly woman to Upper Chichester Medical Center for critical care. Daniel Klein was arrested on the spot. He was charged with abuse of a care-dependent person and reckless endangerment. His bail was set at $50,000. Neighbors, who had once seen Klein as a quiet and unassuming figure, were left grappling with disbelief and sorrow. This heartbreaking case serves as a stark reminder to always check on the vulnerable members of our community. Behind closed doors, unimaginable suffering can occur, hidden in plain sight. If you suspect neglect or abuse, do not hesitate to report it. You could save a life.